It's no secret that the world was a very different place before and after the Industrial Revolution. Life expectancy increased, populations boomed, and new technologies emerged left and right. But what is the secret behind the rapid industrialization? What was the key to mass-producing consumer goods at unprecedented rates? And how did this change our lives forever? Hi, it's me, and this is my channel. Today, we're going to unveil the secrets of the factory system. Now, this was a big development in the process of industrialization because it allowed for goods to be produced quickly and cheaply. And all it took was one forward-thinking inventor by the name of Richard Arkwright. You see, before the advent of the factory system, most manufacturing took place in people's homes. This was called domestic production, and it worked well enough until demand for goods began to increase. As more people began to earn wages in factories, they had more money to spend. They wanted more stuff, and this created a huge demand for textiles because textiles were the first industry to take off. There were several key features that made the factory system so successful. First, machines were now powered by moving water, so instead of relying on the unpredictable power of wind, engineers harnessed the energy of rushing water and directed it through a water frame. This innovation allowed for the production of finer and stronger threads, which in turn led to higher quality textiles. The machine also produced yarn at such a rapid pace that it required workers to operate it continuously. This meant that for the first time ever, there was a need for a centralized location where many workers could come together under one roof to produce goods. And thus, the factory was born. The second feature that made the factory system so successful was specialization of labor. Each worker was only responsible for one part of the production process. For example, one person would operate the loom, while another would operate the spinning jenny. This allowed workers to become more efficient and productive because they didn't have to waste time switching from one task to another. Finally, the third feature that made the factory system so successful was the introduction of the interchangeable parts. This was a system in which parts of a machine were made to be identical so that they could be easily replaced if they broke. This innovation not only made it easier to repair machines, but it also led to the mass production of goods. Overall, the factory system revolutionized the way goods were produced, and it changed our lives forever. It allowed for the mass production of consumer goods at unprecedented rates, which led to an increase in wealth and standard of living for many. It also led to the growth of cities as people flocked to urban centers in search of work. And it ushered in a new era of innovation as inventors continued to find new ways to improve upon the factory system. I hope you enjoyed learning about the factory system. If you did, please like and subscribe so you never miss an exciting episode. Until next time.